Quisiera ahora consultar.
Thank you. May I now consult delegations with a view to giving the floor to Mr. Toshiki Fujimori, an atomic bomb survivor. If there is no objection, may I take it that it is the wish of the conference, without setting a precedent, to invite Mr. Fujimori to make a statement at this meeting? It is so decided. I now invite Mr. Toshiki Fujimori to make a statement.
President Ambassador White, distinguished delegates, I would like to thank Madam President for giving me the opportunity to speak. My name is Fujimori Toshiki, and I'm the Assistant Secretary General of Nihon Hidankyo, Japan Confederation of Hibakusha Organizations. I'm one of the people who was exposed to the atomic bomb in Hiroshima on August 6, 1945. Hibakusha established Nihon Hidankyo 11 years after the bombing, and since then, we have called for no more Hibakusha within Japan and abroad. The treaty you will be negotiating today must reflect this call of Hibakusha in express terms, so that the world makes remarkable progress towards nuclear weapons abolition. I was 1 year and 4 months old when the bomb was dropped. We were a big family of 12, consisting of my grandfather, father, mother, 6 elder sisters, 2 elder brothers, and myself. 2 of my elder sisters and my 2 elder brothers had evacuated out of the city of Hiroshima to avoid air raids. The 8 of us who stayed in Hiroshima were exposed to the bomb. My 4th eldest sister was 13 years old, was in her first year of an all-girls junior high school. She was around 400 meters from the hypocenter when the bomb was dropped. Together with her teachers and other students, my sister was there to demolish houses to create fire-safe areas against air raids. All of 676 of them, including my sister, were killed instantly through direct exposure to radiation, the heat, and the blast. Altogether, in the city of Hiroshima, 8,400 students in the first and second year of junior high schools were being mobilized for similar purposes that day. The lives of 6,300 of them were lost. I was sick that day, so my mother was heading to the hospital with me on her back when the bomb was dropped. We were 2.3 kilometers from the hypocenter. Fortunately, a 2-story house between the hypocenter and us prevented us from directly being exposed to the heat. Yet, we were thrown all the way to the edge of the river bank. My mother, with me in her arms, managed to get to the nearby mountain called Ushitayama. Our family members were in different locations at the time of the bombing, but everyone escaped to the same mountain of Ushitayama, except for my 4th elder sister. For many days that followed, my parents, my sisters kept going back to the area near the hypocenter to look for my 4th eldest sister who was missing. However, we never found her. We never found her body either. In the meantime, I had my entire body covered with bandages, with only eyes, nose, and mouth uncovered. Everybody thought I would die. Yet, I survived. It's a miracle. And I'm here today at the UN asking for an abolition of nuclear weapons. I am convinced that this is a mission I'm given as a survivor. 210,000 people died by the end of 1945 in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Beneath the mushroom clouds, Hibakusha experienced hell on earth. In fact, Hibakusha's suffering has continued until today, March 27th, 2017, for the 26,166 days. Nobody in any country deserves seeing the same hell on earth again. Every year on August 6th, my mother would gather her children and would talk to us about her experience in tears. I once asked my mother why she would speak about it if recalling the experience makes her suffer. She just said, "I can't make you go through the same experience." Her tears were her heartfelt appeal. She called as a mother for a world with no more hell on earth. 3 international conferences hosted by Norway, Mexico, and Austria, as well as a joint statement at the prep committee meetings for the NPT review conference and the first committee, repeatedly and strongly reaffirmed the following conclusions. That whether intended or not intended, the effects of a nuclear weapon detonation are not constrained by national orders. That no state or international body could provide relief. That in the interest of the very survival of humanity, nuclear weapons must never be used again, and that the only assurance against the risk of a nuclear weapon detonation is the total elimination of nuclear weapons. Many Hibakusha received these messages, reflecting the long journey that they had come. Nuclear weapon states and the allied nuclear-dependent states are against concluding a treaty to abolish nuclear weapons. Despite being the only country in the world that experienced the wartime use of nuclear weapons, the Japanese government voted against the UN resolution which established this negotiating conference. As a Hibakusha and as a Japanese, I'm here today heartbroken. Yet, I am not discouraged. Representatives who are present at this conference from the government, from international organizations, from civil society organizations, you are making efforts to conclude a legally binding instrument to ban and eliminate nuclear weapons. In April of last year, Hibakusha initiated the international signature campaign, which calls on all state governments to conclude a treaty to ban and eliminate nuclear weapons. We reached out to countries across the world, and last October, we delivered our first batch of 560,000 signatures to the chair of the first committee. Today, we have over 1,720,000 signatures with us. We will continue the campaign until 2020, and we aim to collect hundreds of millions of signatures. Let us work together to achieve the nuclear ban treaty. Thank you very, very much for listening.